All right, hi everyone. Welcome to the channel. This is Moyna Bass Fishes, and I'm Jim Moyna, fisherman. All right, so I've been out here for a little while. Finally found a few smallmouth on this lake. This one's about, I don't know, a little over a pound. Um, they're straight under the trolling motor right now. I've had like 4 or 5 bites before I finally hooked up on that one. And I was just vertical jigging this blade bait right here to catch that one. Like I said, I'd like probably at least four hit it before I actually hooked up on that one. So I'm gonna try dropping this minnow style bait down there. This is made by, it's basically kind of a fluke-like bait, this one. It's made by Billy Rub Baits. So we'll see what happens there. We'll just drop it down off the front. It takes a long time to get down there because I'm fishing kind of deep. They're still there. There's one. There he is. There were 3 of them down there. 2 of them didn't want to bite it. And finally, this 3rd one came by. This one's going to be bigger than that last one I just showed you. But it's late fall. I'm on a smaller lake today. Yesterday I was in Mille Lacs where I caught 3 really big ones, but that's all I caught. Today it's windier. I'm on a smaller lake. And yeah, there he is. That looks like about a 2-pounder. Oh, okay, well, I came off as I swing them in the boat. And when I'm out fun fishing, sometimes I just grab I'll grab some of my old rusty stuff. And there we go. When you got a rusty hook, that's what could happen right there. So anyways, I'm going to retie this and we'll get back to you. Over. Okay, it's probably about 10 minutes later. I've retied. And I found like a whole bunch of them right over, not too far away from where I caught those other 2. A whole bunch of them. And we are hooked up. I actually tried throwing I had a bigger fluke tied on, so I actually tried that a little bit, and that didn't draw any attention. It looks like about another 2-pounder. Oh, he just shook the bait right at the surface there. All right, well, there's a lot more out there. Let's go see if we can't get another one. So it takes a while for the bait to sink to the bottom. We got about a 1/4 ounce weight on there. But there was several fish coming for this bait on that before I finally hooked that one. One just swam, literally just swam right by it. All right, well, we'll come back at you when I hook up again. All right, we're hooked up again. It's probably been a good 20 minutes. There's a lot of fish down here. They're just looking at a lot of baits. But it hooked up here on a drop shot at dice. Yeah, this is not a very big one. And oh, we get this one in the boat. About another 2-pounder. Let's get him over here. There he is. All right. Cool, very cool. That there's a drop shot of dice, homemade dice. So, let's see if we can't get 2 in a row. There's just a lot of fish. There's probably, I mean, within the casting range of this boat right now, there's probably at least 30 fish probably. And now I'm snaked. I'm unsnaked. I mean, I'm sure there's one right there. Oh, shoot, that was one. And I'm sure every cast, there's fish are seeing this every cast. That might be one right there. No. Oh. Yeah, I got another bait here I could try, yes. I'd like to try this. I mean, they're out there. Fish are out there. It's just, I don't know. Just hard to get them to bite, I guess. Anyways, we'll let you, we'll come back when I hook up again, or if I got anything else interesting to say. Whoa. That might be one right there. There we go. Yep. All right. Another 2-pounder. Maybe 2. This one maybe 2.5. I don't know, 3 at the most. Oh my! There's so many fish on the screen. Because they all followed this one up when he came up to jump, and he jumped out there. There must have been like 10 of them. This will be the biggest one of the day so far. We haven't caught any big ones. That's a 3-pounder. Sure. We down there with them. All right, that's a pretty good one. 3.5. So the end of this board is about 18.5 inches. So we are officially off the board by about an inch or so. So that's a nice one. Do I have a scale on the boat? No, I don't right now. All right, something happened there. I might have threw my bait off. That was really weird. Something really weird just happened. Ah, shoot. Yeah, dice is gone. All right, I'm going to find another dice. Shut this off for now. All right, we literally have not moved the boat. I've rediced, and this was like my 3rd cast since I rediced. Another decent fish. Yeah, nice one. But it's basically a watermelon colored dice. Whoa. Yeah, another one. Not quite like the last one, but maybe an 18-incher. Good one. Yay. Woo. Yeah, it's like maybe 3.5 pounder. All right, let's see if we can't do back to back. So what I got on for the weight, I got a 1/2 ounce drop shot weight. The hook is like a size 1. What's going on here? I better not have lost my weight in my triple ties again. All right, the hook's either, God, I can't remember now, because I tied this up, I think it's a 1. Is that one there? I think it's a size 1, like drop shot type hook. Like, I think I blew my shot there at catching one on this cast. I don't know. But on the water temperature, what do we got for water temperature out here? Water temperature, 49. 49-degree water temperature. And these fish have been steadily moving deeper with time as the water gets colder. I don't know how deep they're eventually going to get. I really don't know that answer. Because this lake will be, we're supposed to have a lot of cold weather coming up in the next 10, through the next 10 days with some low temperatures in the low 20s and that. But some of the lakes around here, I mean, it'll be a while yet before we see ice. Some of the ponds will be icing up, though, by the end of 10 days. Bigger lakes, they'll stay open all the way to Thanksgiving, probably. If not more, sometimes. All right, well, let's turn this off, and hopefully we got more coming. All right. 1 pounder. He hit kind of close to the boat, but that was literally the cast that you saw me cast last. So there's a lot going on here. I always try to figure out how to catch them on these other baits, but it comes down to, a lot of times a football head's good right now. I don't happen to have one tied on, so I'm sure I could be catching them on that. And these other baits are like really good search baits. And then, I don't know, about a month ago they would not touch anything dragged on the bottom. They were really looking up for their food, so I was really having to fish the bait fish imitating type baits. But then what it seems like, what I've noticed over the years, is when it gets really cold, 50 degrees and less, maybe even 53 or less, whatever, the fish start sticking more to the bottom again, and they'll start hitting the bottom presentations. At least on this lake, there's a lot of bait fish in this lake, so I think these fish are maybe looking up for their food a lot of the time at certain points. All right, we're getting right close. Right, I'm not even looking at my sonar right now because I just know every caster's fish looking at this thing. I just have to fish it with that in mind, because a lot of these fish, they're holding so tight at the bottom, they're not standing out from the bottom signal so well. All right, I haven't tried one over this way for a while. See if that gets anything. All right, I'm gonna shut this off again. Over. All right, that's gonna be a wrap for today. I'm gonna make a few more casts, but I've been catching a fish here and there since I last turned it on. It's been a couple hours since I turned this on, so I've probably caught about, I don't know, 8 or 9 more fish. So it hasn't been too bad. No really big ones. Just a lot, you know, the fish are kind of running between 2 to 3 pounds. Been a couple over 3 pounds. But yeah, nice day out here. Beautiful sunset. So thanks for watching. Over.